years of MCT, all right. So, just once again, I do want to just take a moment to be serious. I was new to the mortgage industry 10 years ago, never worked in it. I was given a chance to come work for MCT by Curtis and Phil, and it has been one hell of an amazing ride. And I thank them dearly for it. Put your hands together for Curtis Richins, President and CEO of MCT.
Thank you, Chris. I was asked to put this up here. I think that's for the live stream. Does that work? Yeah. Chris, thanks for that high energy introduction. So let me say, on behalf of all of us at MCT, welcome to San Diego and welcome to our annual Exchange Conference. So this is a milestone meeting for us. It is our 10th Exchange, and more significantly, it is our 20th anniversary as a company.
All right.
So I can tell you, on that first conference 10 years ago, we had about 12 lenders in a room, obviously much smaller than this. And it was exclusively lenders, so I can't tell you how personally gratifying it is to see a full room like this with many more clients, but also with vendor partners, with correspondent investors, with the GSEs, with broker dealers. So it's really exciting to see the growth and interest in what we're doing. And so what we're doing at this conference, I see it as really an opportunity for us to more publicly commit to your success as a client at MCT. Every day we're motivated to try to deliver value by leveraging our deep subject matter expertise in capital markets and our commitment to personalized client service. We like to think of ourselves as a 1-2 punch of innovative technology and personalized client service. Regarding the agenda, we have a great agenda. Chris gave us a few highlights of that. I know our marketing team has incorporated a lot of the input from previous sessions. We have more time for networking, more time for roundtables. I know there were less concurrent sessions, so hopefully you don't have to miss an educational session that you would like to attend. But it's a great agenda, and I'm confident this will be our best exchange ever. So let me start with a little bit about what drives MCT. We have two main goals, and Chris hit on those. It's really to deliver transformational capital markets technology to the industry, and to deliver those solutions in a personalized manner. Excuse me. Yes. So in other words, we're trying to give you the best possible tools to thrive as a mortgage lender, and we're trying to deliver those to meet you where you are as a mortgage lender, wherever you may be. We know there are some of you that want hand-holding, want very directive daily support from our traders. We know that there are others at the other end of the spectrum that just want to use the tools and don't need that advice from an MCT trader. Our engagement is flexible. We will meet you where you are, wherever you are in your evolution as a mortgage lender. And the way we do that is by focusing on, at the highest level of the company, on 4 key values: the drive to transform. You're going to hear from Phil and the team about some really exciting new innovations, technology innovations that are going to change the industry. I'm not going to steal their thunder there, but you'll see that we'll be disrupting the market. There's going to be significant change. We recognize that this is a big ecosystem. There's lots of collaboration possible, and I'm thrilled that we have so many relationships and so many collaborations throughout our industry community. Third is trust. Our motto for the last 15 years has been your trusted capital markets partner. Trust is in our DNA. We're committed to transparency. We're committed to you understanding the results that you get when you're working with us. And for us, it's really all about trust. And finally, it's humility. Chris said, I think Phil and I are both by nature fairly humble. We don't and I hope that kind of transcends through the organization. We don't want to come off as know-it-alls. We're more, I would describe it as kind of learn-it-alls. Anybody involved in mortgage capital markets knows this is a rapidly changing space. What was smart and worked well last year might not necessarily be best practice today. So we're humble enough to know that this market is ever changing, and we need to be committed to being learners of, and being committed to always staying current. So with that as a background, let me take you down, if you'll indulge me, a little bit down memory lane, since this is 20 years of MCT. Now I could spend 15 minutes on each bullet point for sure, but I'm just gonna try to hit make one or two comments about each to give you a sense kind of the road we've traveled in the last 20 years. But the company was founded in 2002. And at that time, pipeline hedging was really reserved for the largest of lenders. Our thesis was that, hey, small and mid-sized lenders can also benefit from pipeline hedging. And so with that mindset, we set out to educate lenders about the benefits of hedging and start to demystify what mandatory delivery was all about. So we thought that there was room for a mandatory delivery strategy, and there were advantages over a best effort only strategy. At that time, like everybody else in the industry, we were using Excel spreadsheets, and it wouldn't be until another 10 years until we moved everything off spreadsheets and to the web. In 2005, we really started to focus on best execution loan sales. Why is that? Well, because by design, our hedge strategy is conservative. The hedge is not designed to make money per se. It's designed to protect the margin you've priced in and put you in a position where you can confidently deliver into premium priced executions. So we realized that the money was in the loan sale activity. And that was significant change for the industry. Up until that point, hedge advisory firms were sometimes referred to as modelers and models on how to manage risk. We changed the game and redefined what it meant to be a hedge advisor. No longer was it just kind of a risk advisor, it was a steward of your best execution. And now if you look around at other hedge advisory firms today, they're talking about best execution as well. But in 2005, it was fairly novel, and we were the first to sort of redefine that part of what it meant to be a hedge advisor. Now I'm gonna take the liberty of jumping from 2005 to 2012 to avoid 2007 and 8. I think all of us, have some scar tissue from that. But suffice to say, we made it through and continued to grow the business once, especially after QE1 in November of 08, when the best effort to mandatory spreads really blew out. Our value proposition really resonated with a lot of small to mid-sized lenders, and we grew pretty quickly. And in 2012, we launched Lock Central. Lock Central is our outsourced lock desk service. And the genesis of this business unit, it really goes back to one particular client. This client was saying, hey, I'm not seeing the lift that you guys promised or you guys suggested I would see by moving from best efforts to mandatory. So we did some forensics, we looked into what was going on, and we sort of jointly agreed that, hey, the problem is on the lock desk. Please let us run your lock desk for 60 days so we can show you that the hedge will deliver the expected results. So we did that, and at that moment the light bulb went off for us. It was that, the way you run your lock desk impacts the results you see on your hedge performance. And so we said, we better be good at understanding how to run a lock desk because it significantly impacts the results our clients see. So that was the birth of our Lock Central outsourced lock desk service. We're now the largest outsourced lock desk provider in the country, supporting over 60 lenders across the country, very ably led by Mr. Chris Anderson and Natalie Ashakian, if Natalie's in the room. In 2014, we launched MCT Live. Now, this is the heart and soul of MCT. This is our comprehensive, award-winning capital markets platform. It has all the requisite functionality to manage interest rate risk, to hedge your pipeline, to run best execution loan sales, and report on performance. And when we launched it in 2014, and Phil will tell you that the work on that began years ago, but we were able to launch it in 2014. But again, it is really the heart and soul of the company. And when we launched it, we set a goal of becoming the most, we wanted it to be the most widely used capital markets platform in the industry. And I'm happy to report that it's now the case. We're supporting over 300 lenders with MCT Live, helping them hedge their pipelines, do their best execution. And the encouraging part too is that beyond just lenders using it, we've got API connectivity with a lot of other partners as well, be it broker-dealers, be it all correspondent investors, or the GSEs. So the community of folks that are using MCT Live continues to grow. And that's something we're committed to do to continue to see that growth continue. In 2017, we launched BAM, Bid Auction Manager. And this was in response to a development in our industry regarding best execution loan sales. Bid tapes were interesting because now lenders were able to provide additional data points on the loan, allowing investors to provide, not always, but sometimes a more aggressive price. The problem, however, was that there was no standard data format and there was no security associated with the data. These were spreadsheets that were being shot around on email. And so BAM solved those problems. BAM standardized the data format and also encrypted the data in transit and at rest. Because of those benefits, it was widely adopted by the correspondent investor community. Now 100% of correspondent investors that are buying loans from MCT are buying them on BAM. Phil always wants me to talk, whenever we talk about BAM, he wants to talk about BAM AOT. We were the first company to automate that execution, developed in close collaboration with a number of leading correspondent investors. But BAM, if you're not doing a good fraction of your loan sales with a corresponding trade assignment, then I think our traders would say you're probably leaving basis points on the table. That loan sale functionality is automated on MCT Live. And again, I think our traders would probably say it's the gold standard for loan sales. Agency Rapid Commit. This is API connectivity to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac that allows us to pull in pricing, take down commitments, and execute delivery without leaving the MCT Live platform. For our agency sellers, it's a huge time saver. Just a shout out to our GSE partners in the room. It's been very much appreciated, the warm working environment you've created together, and we enjoy those collaborations. All right. 2018, we launched MSR Live. This is our proprietary MSR valuation tool. It allows for custom MSR valuations, essential for making smart retain release decisions. It's also, if you are owning MSRs, it's a great tool to more proactively manage those assets. This group is very ably led by Mr. Bill Sheriffs and Mr. Azad Rafat, who I think are in the room. And if you're interested in selling MSR or learning more about MSR Live, please talk to either Bill or Azad. 2019, InvestorMatic and MCT AutoBid. This, for the first time, were what we call buy-side solutions. Not necessarily for lenders, but more for correspondent investors. InvestorMatic Analytics is a data services product that allows investors to better understand how well they are doing in buying loans from MCT customers. We provide them with win rates and opportunity curves to help them adjust their pricing to win as many loans as they want to, or as they hope to. And then MCT AutoBid automatically calculates their bid price and instantaneously puts it into BAM whenever a best execution is being run. So we anticipate more and more buy-side products to be released to facilitate commerce between buyer and seller on MCT Live. Trade Auction Manager, we launched in 2019, and this is a big one. You know, you've heard the buzzwords about digitization, and you've heard and electronification. What TAM does is it makes digital TBA trading with the regional broker-dealers possible. Andrew Rhodes is going to be speaking more about the benefits of digital TBA trading with the regionals in his talk. But suffice to say, we think this is the way of the future. And yeah, we'll be talking a lot more about this. And right now, it's only MCT customers that have access to these tools to trade TBAs digitally. The other hedge advisors are still stuck on the telephone. And then BAM Marketplace. If I were to have a favorite child amongst all these initiatives, it would probably be BAM Marketplace. You're going to hear a lot about that today from Justin Grant. But BAM Marketplace was born out of the liquidity crisis in March of 2020 as the pandemic was taking hold and the bid for whole loans disappeared, at least for a while. We had clients with no outlet to sell their loans, and so we scrambled to find alternative buyers for whole loans. And what BAM Marketplace does, it extends the traditional best execution analysis to include this non-traditional investors or unapproved investors. It sort of moves a closed auction process to a more of an open auction process. We're going to be talking about the tools we built to facilitate that, but we think it has benefits for, certainly for sellers, but also for established correspondents. They can use BAM Marketplace to hunt for particular loans that they want to buy and try to take those off the table even before a loan comes to market up for auction. And then finally, Agile Trading Technologies we launched in 2021. This is a different company than MCT. And it's a non-traditional broker-dealer. It's not going to operate like the regionals that you're familiar with. It is really a technology platform that we created and put the TAM technology over here for a couple reasons, mainly for regulatory reasons, but also because we think the potential for electronic trading is so great that it deserves its own resource base and its own focus. So Agile Trading Technologies, and Andrew will be talking about that today. Again, a different company from MCT, but all MCT customers have access to these, will have first access to these products. But we envision launching functionality around pool optimization, around pool bidding, and other ways to make for a better MBS market. So that is that in a nutshell is a lot of the initiatives and innovations that we've launched over the last 20 years. We think together these are sort of essential tools for you, be it as a lender, a correspondent investor, a broker dealer, GSEs, to thrive in the secondary mortgage market. But we're not just about innovation. The second punch, if you will, is about client engagement. And we spend a lot of time understanding how we can deliver the best possible experience for our customers. And I like to share this slide. This is from the Stratmore Group. They surveyed mortgage lenders back in 2019 before the pandemic about client satisfaction. And very proud to report that MCT scored the highest score across the whole mortgage industry, looking at vendors from all different segments, POS, LOS, PPE, hedge advisory, servicing, et cetera. Even scored higher than some of the traditional tech vendors. So we're very proud, and this helps us know that we're focused on the right things and when it comes to service. Again, meeting you where you are in your evolution as a mortgage lender. And then closer to home with our competitors, we scored the highest lawyer vendor loyalty score, 9.3 versus our competitors. Again, more third-party verification or validation that we're focused on the right things. So that's 20 years of achievement at MCT. You can rest assured that we'll continue to focus on technology and continuing to add essential functionality to the MCT Live platform. We'll stay laser focused on your productivity and your profitability. We want our customers to be the most successful in the industry. And again, we're going to tailor that experience more and more to where you are. Kind of, do you want a full service engagement? Do you want just a technology engagement? We're flexible and we want to meet you where you are. So for now, again, that's the history of MCT. What I'm looking forward to most over the next 2 days is really just celebrating of 20 years of interacting with, as Chris said, the best customers in the industry. And thank you for being here, and thank you for being part of that. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Chris.